Okay, Beachbody champions, how are you? Kim Carver here. I'm just really excited to be here with you guys. I haven't actually been able to go live on the champions page for a few weeks since the last time we talked about the updated business activity tracker. And so I am coming to you again with some more new cool tools. If you guys can't tell, we've been really putting a lot of emphasis right now on updating and how you doing, Blair? And simplifying a lot of the tools around the first parts of the vital process, right? Helping customers get started, getting people moving. And so the business activity tracker, all these pieces that have been updated lately. Hey Kim, how you doing? Those have been really a focus on kind of refreshing them a little bit. Hey, what's up, Mark? And so, you know, it's interesting is today, that's one of those pieces. We're going to talk a little bit about a new inviting tool, and it's really kind of just a refresh of some of the pieces that we've had in place for you already. And here's the reason why. When I was first kind of getting my feet wet in direct selling and network marketing, right? One of the things that I used all the time, this was back in the day before social media, back in the day before, you know, all the stuff that you guys have now, right? But we used flip charts. And one of the things that we were taught a lot was a process of inviting people that was how do I say it? It felt maybe a little heavy-handed, but it was really if I had to describe it simply, I would say it was taught you were taught how to listen to respond and not listen to understand, okay, and then to solve. And as you know, as things have gone on, right, in the world, and as technology advances and connect more people, and there's kind of built, we've developed as a society at large into developing, I guess, a little bit more skepticism around sales pitches. Whereas previous generations, they kind of came to accept that, and it was kind of part of the game, was baked into your decision-making process. With us here, now, it really is about relationships. It's really about trust. And honestly, at the end of the day, it comes into authenticity. Hey, Patty, how you doing? Aloha. And it comes down to authenticity. People often list authenticity as being the main determining factor, or one of the biggest ones, in deciding to do business with somebody or a company. And so one of the things that we looked at as we were looking at ways to strengthen our what we teach and what we encourage coaches to do in helping people get started, specifically in challenge groups, helping people find challenge packs and get started that way. Hey, Julie, was we wanted to make sure that the inviting that we were teaching was more authentic, right? That felt more authentic, and it felt more sincere. And we also know that inviting causes a lot of anxiety. Inviting causes a lot of anxiety for coaches. Those of you who are part of the Get a Yes training and other pieces know that I talk a little bit about this, right? And a lot of times for me, I understand why it causes anxiety, but typically it's coaches tend to look at inviting backwards, right? They tend to feel like it's trying to convince someone to do something that they don't want to do, instead of looking at it as a way of me discovering a need and matching a need with a solution. And so we want to really reinforce that, right? We understand that all the anxiety, there's a lot of anxiety around inviting for a lot of you and for a lot of the coaches that you're helping, but that's also where all the good stuff is, okay? That's really, behind or in inviting is where the mission and the rewards of coaching kind of come alive, is in that area. So currently today we have we've been using in the past several years the 5-step invitation process. It's something that will continue to leave up for the next foreseeable future. People still look at it from time to time. But one of the opportunities we found for improvement in that was to provide something that was a little bit easier, a little bit less structured, more nimble, and something that helped our coaches have more authentic conversations, right? That really focused on having the conversations and asking good questions. I understand what you're saying, right? It's a death for a lot of coaches, and again, because they tend to overthink it. We think it's got to be this really complicated thing. If you ever had a chance to come to one of my 4 Vital trainings, we'll talk through this in a lot more detail. But I guess the point is we wanted to start putting into the bloodstream and encouraging our coaches to really look at inviting in a different way. We want to make sure that we're looking at it from a conversation basis, from a relationship basis, not that we're backing off in any way. How you know the engagement we seek, how many times we look out to try and or to the number of invitations we get to try to help people get started, because that's what we do, right? But there's a way to do that that can be very authentic, very conversational, and as long as you are starting conversations with people, okay, those conversations will lead to invites. And so stop focusing so much on the number of invites as much as you do on first the number of conversations you're starting, and then let that lead into the number of invites. So that's the purpose of this guide. All right. One of the things that you're going to look at right now, so we've launched this guide, and what this basically is, we call this the inviting process, okay, the invitation process. It's available right now in the back office, okay, and it's also, I put the links to it here in the post. You can go download it. We're launching in English, Spanish, and French at the same time, covering all the languages that we support. For those of you that are Spanish speaking after this, I'm going to jump onto the Latino coaches pages and talk through it there. But what this invitation process does, again, is it provides not only some understanding of some key principles around inviting. 3 key principles, okay? Nurturing your network. 3 key principles, sorry. Things like, let me go about this real quick, right over here. Okay, nurturing your network. Oops, sorry. Okay, the key, the 4 phases of inviting. Right, we talk about the principles from a standpoint. Sorry, I lost my place over here. The key principles of inviting. I need to look at this. I know what they are. But the idea that intent matters more than technique. Principles like that. You know, those type of foundational pieces to that, I think, are going to be really, really impactful to you. And so what I want you to do, this is what I'm asking you to do, is this. So I want you to take this, there it is right there. What I want you to do is I want everyone to take this, I want you to download, I want you to read it. Okay, I want you to look through it. And then I want you, if those of you that got to the Get a Yes training, it's very similar to some of the content, but it's just simplified and condensed down. And it's designed not only to help you, but it's designed to help you help your teams. This now gives you a perfect opportunity to start talking even more about inviting with your teams. What are they doing? What are they looking like? How many conversations are we starting? The 4 phases of inviting that it goes through in here. The great thing about the phases of inviting is everyone's in one of those phases of inviting. And when you understand it, what that allows you to do is know, how do I get from the one phase to the next phase? And it sequentially gives you an idea of where people are at and how I need to talk to them. So those 4 phases of inviting are covered in here. Ideas on expanding your network, why that's important, gets covered in here. Again, those 3 key principles of that support effective inviting, the intent matters more than technique, that people change for pain or gain, and how to use effective questions to move people through the inviting process. Again, that's all in this training right here. Again, English, Spanish, and French. So I want you guys to check it out. I want you to use it. And to really, really focus this month on helping a lot of people. Spring into health promotions here, you guys. There's never been a better time to be a Beachbody coach. There's never been a better time to have a Beachbody, a Team Beachbody business, you guys. With all the amazing things that we've going on right now, it really is. I mean, the best value we've ever offered you guys. We're really making this transition into the digital space, so kind of getting on the front end of what this is going to be, this Netflix of fitness, and kind of being the part of the initial group that brings that into every household, you guys. International expansions coming. I mean, we just have new programs. 2 new flavors of Shakeology just came out right now, you guys. It is an amazing time, and so there is not a better moment for you to start these conversations, to have these conversations, and to help these people get started in your challenge group, and even help people get started as coaches, you guys. So look at the guide, best practice of it, share it with your team. If you have any questions, put it in the comments, tag me, and I'll go find the questions. I'll try to answer them. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for all you do. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.